Hi, I'm Miltonchang of Bonsai Heirloom. Today we're going to talk a little bit about soil and watering because we've been getting a lot of questions. Seem like that's a very important subject for a lot of beginners. We can also serve as a reminder of what we have to do. I think you cannot talk about soil and watering and fertilizer, etc., as individual subjects because it's a system, including how you water your plants, your environment, and where you put the plants, etc. Everything is involved. Everything is a parameter. One very important misconception, which is very insidious, and that is about drowning your or overwatering your plant. I want to clearly state that you cannot overwater a bonsai because there's a big drainage hole in the bottom. But you can dry out the bonsai, and you can also drown the bonsai. So for example, if you have a pan below your bonsai where the water will now, the pot will sit in water, then your tree will drown. Think of it this way, trees has been growing for hundreds of years in the wild wilderness, and there are days and weeks and months of continuous rain. They never drown because the water drains through. On the other hand, if we have very poor drainage, the water will sit in the bottom of the roots, then the roots will rot. And so keep in mind, water your bonsai frequently. And if you look at watering bonsai as a chore, then you don't like it, okay? But if you look at it as a very nurturing, relaxing, almost like meditating event, then you do it very willingly. I think most bonsai should be watered at least once a day, and maybe skip a day or two. It should be watered frequently because that keeps the tree growing, and of course fertilizer. And over-fertilizer can also kill plants. And I've been advocating liquid fertilizers such as this fish and kelp, and use according to the instruction. You can go do no wrong. Again, as a routine, I fertilize my bonsai every other week. Recently, when it's hot, I fertilize it every week so that the trees are growing very vigorously. You recall last week when I pruned my 25-year-old trident maple, in 3 months or 2.5 months, it grew that much, the leaves of the trunk. Keep in mind, you need to water your bonsai frequently. Don't worry about overwatering. One of the questions then you also have to talk about in light of watering is the soil mixture. Early on, in the shorts, I quoted the USGA Gulf Association article about soil layering. In fact, in the good old days, we talk about that. We talk about putting more rough material at the bottom, bigger aggregates in the bottom, and then finer materials on top. And that is a way to slow down the water drainage through the soil so that it can retain some of the water there. One other thing that I get the letters that I've been getting is that, can you sell me some of your sandy loam? I can't find sandy loam. What else can I use? I would say, let's try to understand what are the basis of soil mix. One is that you need something to anchor the soil and anchor the tree. That means for the roots to grab onto the soil to sit there. And for that, you can use sandy loam, as I said, topsoil, builder sand, lava rock, pumice, decomposed granite, akadama, which is proven to be more and more expensive. But you can use any of these along with the other stuff mixed together and experiment for yourself to see how long the water retains, and then decide on how frequently you want to water. Again, when in doubt, water more than less. And then to retain water, you need peat moss. You can use peat moss, agricultural absorbent polymers. That's getting a little bit more sophisticated. I think that's an organic material. We generally do that, compost. And then fertilizer, you can use organic or inorganic. The inorganic, for example, the slow release fertilizer, they're also very good. Again, when in doubt, use less and more. And finally, what's important is really your own attitude towards watering and how frequent do you travel. So for example, if you travel frequently, then I suggest you go to Amazon, buy a simple controller to hook up to your whole water hose, water faucet, drip system, watering it every day regularly, and then when you come home, you feel like watering, you can water again. Again, you don't have to worry about overwatering. And finally, your attitude is that watering is a relaxing and pleasurable act, not a chore. Then you will water very willingly, and it's a way of taking care of good care of your tree. And one more thing that you add is, like I said, peat moss and so forth, is to retain water and provide some organic material. And one excellent material that I'm now beginning to use in the orchid tray is this coconut husk. Actually, I bought this from Costco. They call it coconut coir. It's a very slow decaying material, so that you don't have to worry about the change of the composition of the soil very much. One of the criteria of the soil mixture is that it doesn't change over time, decomposes or become very compressed. So you got to keep an eye on top of it as well, not just follow rules blindly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Click a like if you think it's informative, and write me so that I know what to talk about in the future interviews and articles, and also subscribe to our channel so we can notify you of any new posting. Thank you very much.